A great company is built on solid ground, and the voices of those from the foundation on up are heard by those who work at the top. With a company the size of GTE, decision makers need a way to understand the components of a wide variety of jobs. GTE realizes that the people who understand these jobs best are the people who do them. And one way to channel their job insights to management is through the employee involvement process, a process that improves jobs and cuts costs. Started in October of 1984, the Employee Involvement Process, known as EI, provides Communications Workers of America and management personnel an avenue to form joint partnerships and work together to find solutions to job issues. These findings give executives the information needed to make wise decisions that affect both GTE and our customers. EI teams thrive in such diverse jobs as cable splicers, administrative clerks, central office equipment installers, and customer representatives. At times, teams are cross-functional and have members from several groups. While the members and job issues differ between groups, the process of problem solving is fairly consistent throughout all EI teams. Understanding how one team works can shed light on what all teams deal with. One such team was formed by toll operators in Ontario. Jointly, they dealt with difficulties in the supervisor assistance process.
It was a very frustrating process because we would have to stand up, we would have to yell, kind of bang our fingernails on the top of the monitor in order to get a supervisor's attention. So we would be waiting online with the customer online for the supervisor to answer or to find out, what we needed. Meanwhile, we couldn't be taking any other calls until that supervisor answered the first one.
Operators are timed for how long they wait with a customer for a supervisor. Lengthy waits reflect poorly on operators' daily average wait time and lower the quality of service to customers. In 1990, 5 Ontario operators formed an employee involvement team to tackle this issue. They were determined to find a solution, and through the structure of the employee involvement process, they were guided and supervised in group problem solving.
As an EI facilitator, I work with a lot of different teams and a lot of different problems, but there's one thing that is common, and that is reaching consensus. And that means you don't vote, and it isn't the majority rules, but everyone must come to an agreement or be able to live with an issue or a decision.
There's definitely a problem-solving, disciplined problem-solving approach that the teams go through. And I, as facilitator, make sure that they go through each one of those steps thoroughly. It's very involved, very disciplined, and we need to complete each step before we proceed to the next one.
Working with EI was a very positive experience for me. I liked the functionality and the process. There was a real process. It wasn't just a made-up thing to me. It seemed like they had the right intentions, and the attitude was very positive.
Since I probably know my job better than anyone else, I could also identify problems better and also come up with solutions for those problems, and that's where EI comes in.
This team clearly identified their problem as customers waiting too long to speak with supervisors. Next, they defined and documented their situation. During a 4-week study period, they measured supervisor response time. Results showed 526 quarter-hour periods where customers waited over 15 seconds. When examining the root cause of the problem, the team focused on the distribution of operators and supervisors throughout GTE territory. All incoming calls are handled by operators at one of 4 operator centers. Each center has 4 local supervisors, a total of 16 throughout, but not all supervisors are on duty at the same time. The problem was that local supervisors only helped local operators, while supervisors at other centers might be free. So team members decided it would help if an on-duty supervisor at any of the 4 operator centers could respond to any operator's call. They proposed installing a service assist, or SA key, to alert a supervisor at any operator center of a customer needing assistance.
When a customer needs to be connected to a supervisor, we simply hit our SA key, and our call that we're currently on arrives at a supervisor position, and the supervisor can then take the call from us and proceed with the customer.
Once the solution was in hand, it was time to present their plan to the support committee.
I had limited experience speaking in front of people, before the EI process, and I had to speak in front of large groups to present our presentation. And when you're waiting to go on, it's real scary. Once you get going, if you could get the people to laugh or something, it made it a little easier. And after you're done with it, it's great.
As a member of the support committee, it was very satisfying to watch a group of my operators come in and do their presentation. It sparked a lot of interest, a lot of questions were asked by the rest of the committee members, creating an interest in operator services.
Using the new SA key caused a total reduction in wait time of 92% in 4 months. In addition, customer opinion of GTE improved. So with such great results, was it smooth sailing along the way?
The difficulties would be that as a team, you have the different number of players all have come up with different ideas, and of course each one of us wants to sell our ideas and feel that that's the best way to go.
You don't always agree, but you have to find a point where we can all say, I can live with that. That's one of the biggest statements in EI is, I can live with that.
One of the problems that happens with teams that have met for any length of time working on a project is that they lose their motivation, they become very frustrated because they run into roadblocks, or they can't get data on a timely basis or at all, and therefore as a facilitator, I rely very heavily on the support committee to remove those roadblocks, work with me to get those teams remotivated, and so far it's been a very, very successful process.
Sometimes in the course of a meeting, you may encounter personal conflicts. Somebody may get very disruptive. And I, as a facilitator, need to address that immediately. Sometimes we need to stop the whole meeting, and the whole team needs to work and address that person's, maybe a hidden agenda somebody has. They don't feel comfortable coming out with it. We need to address it, because if you don't, and you just gloss over that, it's going to come back to haunt you. Maybe not that day, but later on, maybe in the next meeting, and it's going to be very disruptive to the whole team.
What you've seen in action with the Ontario operators is not unique. There are over 100 EI teams hard at work right now to find solutions to problems in their particular fields of work. While their geographic areas and job responsibilities differ, each team goes through the same process while striving to reach solutions to their unique problems. Hoping to save jobs, members of a Palm Springs construction team are meeting to establish a program where GTE will again dig its own splice pits instead of contracting out the work. Team members have established a pilot program to determine cost effectiveness of digging these splice pits themselves. Members of a Pomona Valley team are meeting to develop a plan that will improve the Transportation Department's modes of vehicle deliveries in California. The goal here is to save money without impacting the quality of customer service. In the San Gabriel Valley, team members are meeting to find a way to restore phone service on a temporary emergency basis when distribution equipment like pair gain devices has been damaged. In Long Beach, installers formed a team and are meeting to reduce by 70% the number of trouble tickets generated within 30 days of a new installation. As a pilot program, the team developed a quality rating system for completion at the time of each installation. And at the general office, a print shop and graphic design services team formed to find better ways to satisfy the needs of both internal and external customers. Their efforts have improved production scheduling, group morale, and the quality of their work. Following in the footsteps of these different team members and becoming involved in the EI process is easy. Ideas come from employees who talk to any existing team member or who fill out EI suggestion forms posted around the company. These then go to support committees, or the support committees generate ideas and then recruit team members. Committee members are selected jointly from union and management representatives. EI teams deal with issues of cost, quality of work, or the quality of work life. Being a member of an EI team is an honor, and one of the highest honors is presenting your team's idea to the steering committee, the executive leadership of employee involvement. Vice President and General Manager of GTE California, Mike Crawford, and CWA Area Director Larry Beal are EI Steering Committee members.
When EI teams start to make presentation to the steering committee, you usually notice that there's nervousness, there's anxiety, there's hesitation. But as they start to talk about their product or what they have produced, you immediately sense ownership, pride, and that they are happy to tell you about what they have accomplished.
In the past, the employee involvement process has been rather structured in GTE, and over time I see the structure breaking down a bit. I see the employee involvement process becoming just another way of life, and I think it parallels very closely with our objective of imputing a much more participative style and management structure of this company. I'm real pleased with the progress we've made.
You spend such a big part of your life on the job that who but you better knows the problems of your job, and who but you should be part of resolving those problems. Get involved in the employee involvement process and let your unique insights improve your job and the ability of GTE to serve our customers.